76 years old, a man that lived in logging camps and rode the trains back through the mountains of central West Virginia in the early parts of the 20th century.
Was there any law enforcement any place back in the hills?
I've never seen none. No, you never seen any.
Would they have sheriffs or anything in the county?
Oh, they had sheriffs and got down around town.
Uh-huh.
No, you never seen nothing back in there.
Sheriff wouldn't get out of town then? Huh?
Oh, no, he was afraid to get back in them woods. Yeah, they'd be afraid to get back in the woods.
Yeah.
Them fellas back there were men.
Yeah.
They had muscles on them big enough to take care of fellas like that.
Before the railroad was taking the logs out,
They had floated them by water.
how'd they do that?
They had splash dams. They'd fill the rivers full of water, of logs. When the river would raise, washed the logs out. Nearly all that time, poplar being taken out. No poplar was took out that had a hole in it. Now it was all sound.
Well, it doesn't look like the rivers in West Virginia are deep enough to do that.
Well, they did. They did.
How would they get from one point to another if say they ran into shallow water, 6 inch or 8 inches deep? What'd they do?
Well, wait for higher water. bigger water.
Would they build any coffer dams or anything like that?
Oh, yes, they had dams. They had one right over here on Gratz Creek. Floated the logs out of Gratz Creek. Went clear through to Sutton.
And when the
Water went to them logs, went to Sutton. They had what they call a boom. Logs put together, went across the river, and they floated them logs, come in there, they eased right across to the mill.
Mm-hmm.
Old Captain Curtin, man logged this country, had to log.
Mm-hmm. How many men did it take to take a boom of logs down the river?
Well, they'd take the winter time when there's lots of water. Maybe dive 8 or 10 men along the river with cant hooks, kept them logs scattered. And whenever you get them rolled out, they'd float on down, maybe lodge somewhere. They'd go out, follow him up. The crew would start like over here on Grass Creek, and they'd go through maybe to Sutton, follow them logs right in.
Any of them ever get away from them?
Oh, sure, yeah. Sometimes the river would get up and raise the boom logs and go through and underneath.
Uh-huh. How'd they catch them?
Maybe never did catch them.
Oh.
Maybe never did catch them. But they was timbered that time.
Good-sized logs.
Yes. Some of them you could walk up and stick your chin with and touch the top up, the top end of a log.
If somebody were to ask you you could go back several years when you were 14 years of age again, and you had a chance to be something else besides lumberman.
I wouldn't do it. No, I wouldn't do it at all. Oh, I've had the chance to go in the mines.